only moments away from Champion and Select starting. I remember seeing, oh, never mind. We are in Champion
Here we
Select. Look
are.
at that. Claps
Ah,
for
yes.
Bleen for getting us there. Oh, hey, Shazbot, did you hear about the Teemo
I
passive breaking?
I heard about the Teemo change. I didn't hear about the passive breaking. So tell me about this ban.
So it might not be because of this. I believe they told me that, or I saw something say it was hot fixed, but what they did was it was taking too long for Teemo to go invisible. Like it didn't match the tooltip, and
Oh
so
no.
they tweaked something, but in tweaking it, they made it so that as the second and a quarter buff from leaving stealth was done, it re-stealthed him. So he could just stand in a bush, auto, go invisible, auto, go
Oh
invisible,
no.
auto, go invisible. It was brutal, but
It's already
it got
so
hot
strong.
fixed.
That's already so strong as
Yeah.
is. Oh man. Well, we're already seeing some interesting bans here. I'm thinking about the poke strategy that you get from standing in bushes and all that. But I guess we won't know if it's fixed at least in this game with a
Yeah,
Teemo ban like that.
and I'm okay with that. You know that I'm a Teemo hater, and I'll take all of the flame from Twitch chat on that. I don't care. I've never liked the champion. But I am interested in some of the bans on the side of Team Unknown. They are on the red side, and they got rid of big engage and big tanks.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I
There's some.
wonder, is that where is that targeted? Because it can't all be in the support. Like we've seen the Poppy supports and such, but jungle and top lane as well with the Cho'Gath and the Poppy.
Well, it kind of spoils to us a little bit that they're not looking for a front to back team, or at least they're stancing in such a way that they don't want to see a front to back team. They could be targeting bans to specific people, but it does seem a little too random for me. We're seeing a Nefiri and a Samira instantly locked in, which is some identity for the your Team Poro-Snax. Sorry, your parade was last tournament.
Yeah.
And I'm interested. I don't think we see a lot of Samira in PLC. And Samira is the flashy play champion. So looking
Hmm.
forward to that.
And
So
that's really fun because we know that the identity for Team Unknown is usually to get Calavir fed, right? And so when you
true.
put a champion like Samira against a player like that, how is that going to go? And
Hmm.
it's fun for me to see that because just like you have a particular relationship with Team Unknown, having been a player against them, I've
Mhm.
been watching Team Unknown for years and years and years and years. And so it's always fun to see some of these pivots. And the big pivot right now is just how hard they are focusing these tanky high crowd control champions in their bands. Like that actually
Yeah.
blows my mind.
Yeah, it's they're it makes sense with the Kindred as their second pick. Having people who can interrupt a front to back comp. The Team Unknown is stancing to say we are going to point an arrow at your nexus, and that is how our team fights are going to go. Is we are going to walk from our side of the field to your side of the field and try to kill you that way. Which Zach, who was just locked in, is pretty good at interrupting. If Zach can play patiently, if he can play more of a peel game plan, then Team Unknown needs to make sure that they protect the Draven. Zillion going to
Absolutely.
be very good for that, and yeah,
I
yeah.
like the classic Malphite for Bear. It's something we've seen him on time and time again. It's a staple in the team comps that Team Unknown puts together. Just something reliable that won't lose the lane,
Hmm.
and even if he does, still has level 6. Like you
Yeah,
cannot tell me that there is a useless Malphite post level 6.
yeah, absolutely. And it's funny you say that because besides that, I think every other champion that Team Unknown has selected is a little different for me. At least I'm not
Yeah.
familiar with the Zillion mid lane or a Kindred in the jungle. This is exciting to me. we're going to see a new face to Team Unknown that we don't normally see, which is very exciting.
Absolutely. And just so that everyone is aware, we are not in LCS order on the side of Poro-Snax. That's not Thresh top lane with Samira mid and Zach Garen bottom. That's not how that's going. Okay. That's going to be Garen. It's how it should be, right? You're going to have Garen in the top side, Zach in the jungle with Nefiri in middle and Samira Thresh bot. That's how that's actually going to lay out. I want to make sure that no one gets confused because yikes. Could you imagine?
Yeah, besides one good Thresh top player that I've seen, and yeah, he's one of my favorite people to watch on YouTube. Everyone else I think is pretty locked to their lane. I think Nefiri was marketed as a jungler, and anyone who's tried it has realized that Nefiri is not a jungler. She's not
No,
very good.
no,
Oh my
definitely not.
goodness. Uh,
She's a lot of fun to play, though.
She is a lot of fun to play. It's cool because she can both be baby's first assassin, while still having a lot of interesting and dynamic ways to build her to approach the team. She feels very tactical, which I guess feels good for the lore as well.
Hmm.
Very flavorful champion. I appreciate.
How do you
So.
feel about the Nefiri versus Zillion matchup? Because Zillion is one of those lane pushing, just be there to farm type champions until same thing, you get a level 6.
Uh,
But Nefiri is a big engaged champion.
I feel like both champions are going to have a bad time, and let me explain why. You have dogs walking around as Nefiri, and anytime Zillion is throwing things around, he should be looking to put a bomb on a dog, which feels awful because you can't dismiss your own dog. Oh, it's gonna be brutal. And at the same time, what does Zillion hate? Like he can slow, he can stun, but goodness gracious, with how sticky Nefiri is, like he's going to
Hmm.
stun her once or twice, and that is going to be his counterplay to Nefiri engaging on him. So I just kind of feel like both champions are going to kind of hate themselves a little bit, and someone will come out on top. Oh
I
no.
I love it. Now, there you've been around me a while and you've heard me cast quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
One of the things I like to do is pick out some obscure combo that would be really cool or really funny to see.
Mm-hmm.
What I want to see is a Zillion speed buff with a Bard heal and a Blood Rush from Draven all at the same time.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
You know,
Having
go ahead.
Mach 10 Draven, like I'm
Yes,
coming in with the axe. Oh man.
terrifying.
I think that would be very funny. And I think if that's not done carefully, we have a Zach, we have a Nefiri, we
Hmm.
have all these champions who are like, come on in, Draven, we'll take you. So I think done well, it could be very funny. I think done poorly, it could be very brutal. So
Absolutely. Absolutely. And, Draven is one of those champions that takes a lot of finesse to
mm,
play. You need to position correctly to catch your axes. You need to position correctly to you reset your blood rush cooldown by catching axes. You get extra gold. And then using stand aside properly to either disengage someone trying to kill you or to grant that slow, that knock to the side that will secure your own kill. It's a beautiful champion to watch. I'm excited. Ladies and gentlemen, we are here for game number 1 of the PLC July tournament with Poro-Snax versus Team Unknown.
oh man, instantaneously, we are not seeing anyone in the top half of the game. It looks like they're both stancing for preventative measures for invades. So I'm really curious if Team Unknown is going to feel confident and go into it. They're stancing like they are, but oh man, this is already boding well for an exciting game if they're already this wary of each other. If they already are playing like they're going to get invaded.
One of the big things that shifts the meta more than people understand is timing and
Mm.
who actually is a champion earlier than someone else. For
Mm-hmm.
example, Braum wins most level 1 invades because of his passive. It's just
Mm-hmm.
so powerful.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
looking at these teams, who wins a level 1?
Honestly, both level ones are not too not too exciting. I think that was a big reason why we didn't see an invade from either team, is that I don't think anyone has a real edge. Look, those bombs are just magnetic to the Nefiri. But I don't think that there's a clear answer to that question. I think you'd fight it out, and I think someone would die. And I don't know if that's something that either team was willing to risk. Hence the defensive stance.
I agree with that. You know, when there isn't a clear winner, the best answer is just to play defensive, right? You never want to give something away if you're not sure. And that's one of those higher level tactics that we've come to expect, especially from our veteran team from Team Unknown. But good on Poro-Snax for doing the same thing, you know, making sure to understand where they are strong in the game.
Absolutely, and I think I'll have to agree to disagree. I think when it's unclear who will win, I think it's time to coin flip. So I guess that's the difference between you and I. Big engage. Oh,
nice death sentence into the flay, but countered by Kuroro throwing out the Q. And, you know, early on, you're not going to have a whole lot of damage, especially when looking at Samira. She takes an item or two to really get going. And so I'm not too surprised there. Meanwhile, on the top side, though, the Garen definitely has pushing power early because Malphite wants to build armor. He's tuned to need to buy those to get most of his strength.
Yep. Yeah, and we're seeing lots and lots of fight, lots and lots of pokes, cheeky death sentences here or there, magnetic bombs on the Nefiri mid lane. Garen's been fighting. Malphites took Scorch, you know, like these are going to be lanes that are going to be below half health. These are the lanes that you want to play Warwick in because you just get to move fast across the map.
Yeah, absolutely. And see, that's another one of those things, right? You got to level that first if you're Warwick and you want to gank. You don't need your damage. You need your movement speed. The moment someone gets low, you start cruising.
Yeah, absolutely. And I've got to point some attention to Thresh or Trash Lord has absolutely been going for these cheeky death sentences and has been landing them. That's real hopeful for a brand new team who's landing some very powerful CC on very high priority champions.
Absolutely,
I'm excited about that.
So the coin flip of which Scuttle Crab got the mark was lost. Kodo Draco did go up to the top side. It was bottom that got that. However, the pressure from Team Unknown allowed him to get both crabs, and now he's on his way for a gank on the bot side, or maybe just an invade on the Krugs. I think you go in here.
Yeah, I think, well, they're full health. They're very healthy, very low CS. I think a recall is fine. I think you could tower dive a little bit, but I wouldn't expect a kill, so I think the recall is a smarter play. This mid lane is going exactly as I pictured it. The amount of poke to this poor dog and the amount of suffering that Zillion is having, low mana, getting chased down. Like, I feel bad for both players. This is so weird.
Absolutely. And that's one of the fun things about the PLC is we can feel bad and be excited for every single player on the map. Exactly. It's so much fun.
Oh, man. Oh, love it.
That is bad guy Teemo. Oh, we got a substitute here in the top side. How weird that he's a picked Bears champion, but his bad guy Teemo.
I didn't even realize. Oh my goodness. We're going to call him Fake Bear now because I thought he was Bear. He plays like Bear, and he's not Bear.
Definitely
welcome,
not Bear.
Bad guy Teemo. Maybe it's an alt. We don't know.
yeah, I don't know. But regardless, this game has been a lot less bloody than we are used to. We're almost 6 minutes in, Shazbot, and there's been some fights, but you know, we haven't even seen a summoner spell go. But bad guy Teemo needs to be careful. Garen's ultimate is an execute.
Right, and he is level 6, and it was like inviting. As Garen, I'd be wary of a jungler, but I think Kindred had shown on the map, so I think he's just being silly, which, you know what, I appreciate. So
here we have our first true attempt. That is a nice stun onto Psych. The bomb is there. A little bit of damage. Flash forward. Kodo Draco picks up first blood and second mark of the game.
Yeah, that's pretty fast for another Kindred. You were mentioning that how unusual it is in PLC to have such a low kill game. Usually we're a kill a minute by now, but
Hmm.
1 in 6 is a new standard. But Kodo Draco is doing Kodo Draco things and is making a name for themselves right away. So
Unfortunate that the next mark was on that Gromp and he ran right into Server Panda. Good positioning from the side of Poro-Snax, but now they might actually be punished for it because he's protecting the mark and therefore leaving the grubs completely open to Team Unknown.
man, I'm going to make a name for myself for scaling champions because I think the very first thing that you learn while playing Kindred is that not every mark is yours to take. You do
Mhm.
have those games where you're like unkillable and you're, just yeah, doing everything and no one can tell you no. But those are very, very rare. What's nice about the mark is you can kind of shepherd people onto the wrong side of the map and then react accordingly.
Mhm.
And that's what's nice about Kindred. But very, very difficult champion. You need a lot of communication with your team, which is something that Team Unknown has shown in the past that they have.
Absolutely. So the Drake is the next big objective on the map. No one's gone for it. There isn't even a whole lot of vision because of the focus on the top side.
Hmm.
But I imagine that's gonna be where our big fight comes first. We have one teleport available for Techion,
Hmm.
and the rest of the map is already converged onto the bottom side. A
Ooh.
beautiful stand aside there, but the stretching strike lands from Server Panda. Disengage does go out, and now they are on the offensive. Calavir with Kiroro walking forward. Do they have pressure? They don't have any further backup. I think it was just a disengage because all the cooldowns had been spent.
Yeah, but now they know where Zach is. You say there's not a lot of vision, but I think I see a lot of red wards on that side of the map. We're even seeing Kindred taking her first counter jungling right there um, for a third mark.
Third mark, and I will say that you're right. Those control wards went down either as or after I said it.
Caster Curse.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Calavir in some trouble. He pops the barrier, stands
Ooh.
aside. Does he have enough? Trash Lord flashes away. Calavir flashes to pick up 467 gold off that kill. That's a whole 1.5 times gold for a kill.
Yeah, that is a first blood and 50 more. Yeah, Calavir absolutely showing that a level head. He's been getting hooked by Thresh pretty often.
Well, they
Um,
want Salty Watermelon. Level 6 is available. That means the Inferno trigger can come out. No one has turret aggro quite yet. Watermelon is stacking up the ultimate. Kodo
ooh.
Draco is here. That's a stun onto Server Panda. They are going underneath the turret. Kodo Draco is low. He's in the Lamb's Respite. Will he survive it? He gets knocked out. Server Panda is going to go low. He still has the passive. Kodo Draco is the target. Zillion gets his ult on himself. Death is still alive, but Kiroro goes down. Psych in from the mid lane helps level that out, and a double kill for the dog.
Oh my goodness, clip that. That so many things went right for Team Poro-Snax there. I think they were able to capitalize on Team Unknown. Saw a lot of ults in there. But specifically the roam from both mid laners in the right way, Zach being there to interrupt things. I love the level-headedness of Samira, who just lost support. Salty Watermelon, yeah, I gotta give it to you. That was really, really well played to make sure that they could protect the turret and secure some kills because under pressure. Really love that.
All right. I do see a few messages in the chat. Observer, could we reorder the champions? You just got to click and drag their portrait from the center.
All good. Looks like some more engages while they're fixing that. The mark has been chosen up topside, and so thus the entire team is migrating over to it. I kind of dislike the tunnel vision that people are having on it, but if you're picking the Kindred champion, I guess you should play the Kindred gameplay. So
Yeah. Well, and we saw that one of them was abandoned, right? The
mhm.
first Grump was abandoned, and so I think they're doing well enough. The objective is on that way anyway, right? Void Grubs did just spawn. Scuttle Crab was up on that top side, and you got to get your hunter stacks as well, so you have to visit top lane eventually.
Right. Thank you, production. But yeah, Kindred getting really, really scary. You know, Kodo Draco is piloting a very different champion very, very well. Big engage mid lane.
Stretching strike to help set it up. Psych goes in, dealing all the damage he can. Death does have that chrono shift available. Oh, beautiful timing from Server Panda, but Death, he manages to make it out with the bomb and the speed up. That was so close. On the bottom side, Calavir picks up his second kill. Trash Lord is really low now. Do we have the ultimate? The Whirling Death has been used. So that's all we have in the bottom lane.
And capitalizing on the big fights, that's 6 Void Grubs. Oh,
bad guy Teemo goes in. He picks up the kill with the assistance of Kodo Draco. And I got that backwards. Kodo Draco gets it. Somehow he was turret aggroed still.
That's crazy. But yeah, six Grubs coming in. Big fights. The fact that Zilean didn't die, wow, big swing in Team Unknown's favor. That's going to be brutal to recover from. Really need to see some more objective control from the sides of Poro-Snax, who have been playing very well on the micro, but the macro plays, Kodo Draco has just been commanding the map, kind of telling Zach where to go.
Exactly. And take a look at Death's ability to out-farm and take those turret plates. And you know what? We can't talk about turret plates unless we talk about the bottom side too. Look at that. 4 plates down on the bottom side. Just so much extra gold on the side of Team Unknown. We have a fight, but, you know, Death is Zilean. He'll just speed his way out of there. We meet up here in the river. Server Panda wants to go in. A beautiful change of target. Death is knocked up. Server Panda using Let's Bounce. Kodo Draco trying to go in. Kiroro and Death on his heels. No deaths, but a good fight nonetheless.
Dude, I don't know how Team Unknown does it. It's, you know, you can set your watch to how consistently they win the bottom lane. Like, that pair is just so inspiring to watch. It's like it almost doesn't matter the champion. They're consistent, they're level-headed, and they're always ahead. Like, if you are playing against Team Unknown, you need to expect bottom lane to be strong. Like, just period.
Yeah, exactly. And even right here, you know, Calavir pushes the wave so hard with that that BF sword over his opponent. That's 1,300 gold. He's gonna take it. Trash Lord in some trouble. Whirling Death helps slow him down, and the bomb is there. That's another secured kill. Death takes down Trash Lord. First turret goes into the pockets of Calavir, and Team Unknown are now 8,000 gold ahead.
Yeah, it's really tough, and you know, Calavir knows how safe they are. He knows how much vision that they have in the enemy jungle. Like, traditionally, once you take this turret, you need to like rotate to a more safe part of the map. But what could be safer?
Teleport coming in. That is bad guy Teemo. They set up a beautiful play. Bombs are in, knockups are in, stuns are in. Double kill for Kodo Draco. Now 8-2. This is more what we're used to, Shazbot.
This just Team Unknown showing their dominance, their communication, even with a substitute player, maybe in the bad guy Teemo. The fact that the bomb on the teleport, knowing that the Malphite is going to engage in, love to see it. Love to see it. They're just clockwork, these guys. Part of the Zilean pun, but.
That's I didn't even catch that until you said part of the Zilean pun. That's really good. Welcome to the dad joke caster group. I love it so much.
Oh no.
We have another fight that Cleanse from Salty Watermelon gets her out. And I want to talk about Poro-Snax and what they can do. They have their solid players. I think that you're right. Their presence on the map and their objective control is a little bit lacking, but I think that there are avenues back into this game. Ooh.
Yeah, and I think they need to pick a sacrificial lamb and send them bottom lane to prevent the tower from going down, and then farm top side. And I don't think that sacrificial lamb can be Samira. I think these players need to recognize that Garen top lane is all done. The top is no longer an island.
Might get this kill. Oh, they pop the execute, get the resurrection. Do they get the kill?
Oh,
nope.
My goodness.
stun from the bombs from Death are so well timed. There's another one. Kodo Draco's going to chase down Chiron, or Techion, I should say. Oh no, he goes into the passive. They're going to stop the turret, and that's Death serving up his namesake to Server Panda.
The Bard ult. Why have we not seen
Bad guy
Death?
Teemo. He's going in. He doesn't care about the turret. He's malfighting. He's got armor.
Why have we not seen Death on Zilean yet? Maybe I'm misremembering, but he is piloting the champ so well. Both times that he's gotten engaged on, he's been able to get that huge stun and to turn it around with people rotating back on to where it happens. Like, I'm thoroughly impressed. This is the most consistent Zilean I've seen in a while. So.
And that's super fun to see, right? It's been the Hui, it's been the Diana, it's been him in the bottom lane. And I love seeing the diversity of all of our players. But we have our next engage. Server Panda goes in. He doesn't land the knock-up onto anybody. Bad guy Teemo is ignited. He will go down. That is the third kill for Poro-Snax. Thresh got the box down, but it didn't touch anybody. Techion is on the way, running forward with Trash Lord, but the rest of their team has backed off. They are now pincered. Death, Kiroro, and Kodo Draco on the warpath. There is the double stun. The jump in. Kodo Draco takes down 2 more for a 9 kills.
You have to respect Poro-Snax that even though they're behind, they still have the big engage. They still say this is what we need to do to turn this game around. And yeah, oh my goodness.
Whirling Death gives Calavir a killing spree, and the attempt was good, right? Just a little bit of miss. And now Psyche might be in some trouble. 4th hit, not quite enough. That's a turret taken down. In goes the Rift Herald. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Have you tried to pilot that?
There's some YouTube videos going around of some guy using Rift Herald to kill people, and
yes.
they're insane. The plays are the weirdest things to watch. More engages.
Kodo Draco might be in some trouble. Flashes over the wall. Nice timing on that also, so that he doesn't get hit by all of it, but the shutdown is there. Psyche takes him down. In goes bad guy Teemo. Under the turret, doesn't matter. He doesn't have any damage to really speak for the crowd control. Kiroro stops the turret, meaning they can flash forward. Calavir picks up another one. Stand aside, meaning he can engage once again. Psyche is the next target. Double kill for Calavir on the Draven. Meanwhile, on the top side, Techion is fighting against bad guy Teemo. Watermelon wants to get in there and get some damage down, but it is not enough. Mid lane, Team Unknown take another turret with those grubs.
You gotta give it to Techion. No, Psyche. Mid lane on the Nefiri. I say for as dire as the situation looks right now, Nefiri has been piloted very well, picking good engages. Has had some unfortunate moments, but for the most part, I've really been impressed by the gameplay. Big fight.
Server Panda does go in, gets a triple knockup, but it's just not enough.
It's not
enough. 1.5 items completed is not enough to withstand the barrage coming from Team Unknown. They have super minions in the base. They have turrets down, almost getting the execute. Techion, he does manage to get the kill, but Zilean saves him. Trash Lord grabs Death and pulls him in, but it is not enough. That's another kill over to Team Unknown. The Nexus is under fire. Psyche does make it out, but it is too late. Team Unknown come out with a win for game number 1.